Hey everyone, this is Christian Hanley, founder and president of Defiant Strategies, and I just wanted to talk to you today about an experience I had with a new client of mine. This new client is running for a state legislative seat in a southern state, and she came to me today with a very specific communications messaging sort of concern. Her district is, like many in this country, large, and it's sort of a weird shape. And in her case, it takes into its borders the entirety of one county and two parts of two other counties, and it cuts her hometown into two different pieces. So, her concern is she really has a strong platform for low-income and working people. Economic development, mental health care, substance abuse treatment, affordable health care. But her trouble is that she also has a liberal, progressive, social progressive base in a university town. But that's a much higher income area. And so while she might resonate, she might come across as a great candidate in that town, her messaging for lower income areas might not resonate with those voters just because they aren't the same sort of concerns, the same sort of daily struggles, just because of the huge difference in economics between the different sides of the district. So what we talked about today was tailoring her message for different parts of the district. Now, there are a couple important things to keep in mind when talking about tailoring a message for different audiences. The first thing is be sincere. At no point did we talk about lying to one constituency, to one audience, or to another. The idea is keep a consistent message for the overall big picture, right? Who you are, what you stand for, the why you're running. But when it comes down to certain local issues, it's okay to, for this town here, for that county there, for this neighborhood, talk about certain issues that really are important in those communities. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing disingenuous about that. It's just tailoring the message to make sure that people in different parts of your district know that you care about them and what matters really concern them. The other thing we talked about is, especially in a place where you're a progressive, a Democrat with, running in a more conservative part of the country, is sticking to the really bread and butter sort of issues, the dinner table issues, the things that matter in the daily lives of your voters, and staying away from sort of the more national issues. And then in that same vein, we talked about using language that shows that the voters, shows them that you know what's going on locally and that you're not just, parroting talking points. And if you're going to use talking points, make them about the town, the neighborhood, and the issues that are happening right there. Don't echo things that you're hearing from politicians running for office at the federal level. Keep it local, especially if you are seen as sort of the outsider or you're in the minority party. And then we also moved on to, okay, once you've got that message crafted and your different shades of it ready for each audience, each constituency, how do you get it out there and how do you do that on a budget? The first and most expensive way you can do it is to have different pieces of literature designed and written and printed up for different areas. That's very possible. You can do that, but that will raise printing costs, obviously. You're going to have possibly more to print overall, and even if you don't have more to print, you are going to incur greater costs by having to divide your order from your printer, from your consultant, into different portions, different quantities. Smaller quantities, of course, having a higher cost per unit. TV and radio, it's really not possible. You're talking about broadcasting over a wide area and spending a lot of money. If you are going to splurge on TV and radio, make sure it's kind of your bigger, higher overview sort of message, what's going to resonate in the wider district overall, and try to avoid the more localized things there in those broader broadcasts. Finally, we have social media. Social media being the lowest cost way to target voters and get your message to them in a way that resonates with those people, that really is going to impact them. And so we talked about Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. For Twitter, the thing with Twitter is it's a great stream to have. It's a great track record to maintain, and it's a good way to keep people updated. It's a way to keep local media updated of what you have going on, but it's not a great way to directly communicate with voters because you can't target them as well. It's just not as effective. Instagram, it's much the same thing. And if you're on a budget and you're probably working full time as well, don't try to do all that yourself. Have someone you trust, a young person, a family member, whoever, use Twitter to update people on upcoming events, to show pictures of you at a recent rally or a recent event where you're speaking. Otherwise, we're going to talk a bit about Facebook. Now with Facebook, we really can have your broader message reach everyone in your district, but then also have separate ads that are tailored to people who are likely to vote in different corners of your district. And so it's possible to have, like we talked about a moment ago, different localized issues, different local messages shared in different local areas. And really, Facebook is the only way to do that in a cost-effective manner. And you can do it using text, using photos and text, or using video. Plain text, of course, is the least effective because it doesn't catch the eye as well. But the point is, with Facebook, we really can zoom into zip codes, to neighborhoods, to 1 mile radiuses, and use a message that is going to really help you get through to people in that local area and let them know that you care and you know about what's going on in their backyard. So in closing today, my client and I figured out that that was the way to go, to have sort of an overall message that would reach everyone in the district, but then to also use Facebook as a cost-effective way to spread about 3 or 4 different messages to 3 or 4 different areas within the district to help cover all of her bases across the boundaries of her district. And if you want to learn more about how to use Facebook this precisely and how to tailor a message that can really cut through the noise and reach your voters, then please give us a call at 410-371-7274, or you can email us at info@defiantstrategies.com and we'll be happy to work with you. Thanks. Have a great day.